Welcome back to the channel. This one is going to be one of my Badger's budget buys. This is going to be this stove, looking at different stoves and the price ranges of each stove and see if they're what you were looking for. This is, I'm guessing, why you're here watching this video. So here is a fire maple stove. This stove is one of the which I use quite a lot. However, I do have these two other stoves which there's a lot of difference within the price between this one and those. I've never used these types, so hopefully or maybe this video will change my mind also as of yours. So I'm going to do a boil test which will give them a fair test each. We have a Hexamine normal military looking stove which come with the solid fuel. You can also get the solid fuel, the FireDragon, which a lot of people tend to use this stuff rather than this hard waxy type fuel. So we've got that stove, and then we have a lookalike, works the same as a Trangia. This one came with a wind guard, which also you can put pots on top, which is also brilliant. It comes in this nice little case to keep it in one piece. So let's get to it. So with this one then, they're also known to be called FireDragon stoves. This one cost on Amazon. With that you get the stove and 4 cubes. Let's try again. You get 4 cubes. With this one you can buy the additional FireDragon solid fuel also. A lot of people tend to use this one rather than the actual waxy type fuels. I'm going to give this one a boil test, so we'll see how fast it boils the water with this one versus the other one. So the fuel on its own on Amazon for this fuel is £8, and that's for 8 cubes. I'm going to give it the test with this fuel what come with it, which is only fair, and we'll boil some water and let's see how long it takes to boil. So I'm going to take it below the handle markings inside, and that will be for both stoves to give it an equal test. So for this one I'm going to use 2 of the cubes because it is a wide cup. Okay, so you can bring these in to match the size of the pots you are using. That's now lit. Move that over. And these are a bit flimsy. They don't feel the strongest at all. Very cheap metal that's been used on these. So if you're looking to backpack, this is obviously going to fit into a little pouch with the cubes that fit inside. So if space is your problem, this could be something that you could potentially looking at now. I've had to use another 2 of them cubes to get this to boiling point. There is some movement in there, there is some bubbles starting to gather, as you can see from the video. But you will need to keep fueling this type of stove. So let's continue with the boiling. Okay, sorry about moving the camera up and down. Just trying to show the process of what's happening. It is starting to boil now. We are getting more bubbles coming to the surface. I wouldn't say it was at boiling point yet. We are looking at 11 minutes and 12 seconds. I would now say that's at boiling point. So let's take that off. And we'll empty that. So for that test, that coming at 11 minutes and 30 seconds. It did take 4 cubes to get it to that point. I do believe the FireDragons are a lot better, but for this purpose I was using what came with the actual stove itself. Still got a bit more burnt on here, as you can see. There's not a lot left, and there's no way of doubting this without tipping water on. You can't close it to doubt it. So for just the purpose, I'm just going to doubt this. You do get like a fishy type smell from these stoves. The fuel smells quite fishy. So we'll just get that closed off. So guys, moving on to the other one. So it comes with this case. Same principle as the Trangia, just different brand. You have your actual stove with this one. You have your pot stand and wind fighter. Have your damper with this one. Also have a lid which can keep your fuel inside these. Oh. So you can keep fuel in these ones, which I already have. I'll set this up here. Inside its pot stand. I've let this cool down, so it's now cold to touch. To keep it fair, I'll put my timer here. Again, I'll fill this up just below the handle that's holding it on. So that will fit on top of your pot stand. Again, we will just get the timer ready for this one. This one came in £13.99 with the fuel costing. You get a litre of fuel which costs £7.50 on Amazon at the moment, which I'll put the links below. So I've heard good things about these, but never used them. So we'll get this ready and lit. So that's nice and Yep, that's lit. So let's give it a few seconds, because with these ones they've got little holes around the edging where the flames do come through. So give it its full action and a fair go at boiling this. We'll just get it to that standard before we continue. Okay, so now the flames are through the holes that are inside the stove. So what we're going to do, we're going to put the water on now and let this boil. We'll set up the timer and let's see how this does. So guys, just coming back quickly, just to let you know, there is some bubbles forming in the water, and there is a bit of steam coming from the water also. So we'll leave the boil to continue. Let's see how long this takes to bring it to a boil. Just coming back then. There is more bubbles forming. It's not a boiling point yet. The water's not boiling at the top. There is a lot of more bubbles forming now. A bit more steam coming from it now. We are 7 minutes in so far, so hopefully this will start boiling soon. Okay, so I'm going to bring you in now. Just going to bring in to show you, stop that. It's now boiling. So we're going to take it off. Take it off the heat now. Just drop me back there. So this is 8 minutes and 16 seconds for boil time on this one. So this is the Hikeman's version of the Trangia stove, which is a nice little stove. Comes with a nice little pouch. It also comes with a damper, so when you want it to when you want to put the flame out, you just put it on top, take it off, and your flame's out. Have a lid also to keep the fuel inside. Now, taken into regards with these type of stoves, they are really hot. You can't touch them after. You have to let them cool down, and that's with the both stoves. So my review on these would be, this clearly beat the old style military type stoves. They are a bit, that was the first burn on this, and it feels very flimsy, and I don't like that. However, with the Hikeman Trangia version, I like the fact that it's got its own pot holder that comes with the stove. Acts as a windbreaker as well. It does come with a damper, so you can control the flame with that also. Can't do that with this one. This is just obviously a constant flame burning the fuel. With this one you have some control over, and obviously you can doubt it. With this, the fuel costs the same as this, but you get 1 litre of biofuel for this, where you only get 8 cubes for this, which is again the same price as that. And you saw that I had to use 4 cubes just to boil some water. I certainly would go for the Hikeman. It's just a better built stove over that one. I I don't like it. The flames come underneath, it can cause fire. At least the flame in this one is constantly coming up, not spreading to the earth itself. So for that one I won't use, and I'll bin that, but I will be using this one from now on. So for me, this one is out the game.